It was God. God wanted Donald Trump to be president. This is according to the White House press secretary, Sarah Sanders, who says this in a new interview with the Christian Broadcasting Network. Here she is.
I think God calls all of us to fill different roles at different times, and I think that he wanted Donald Trump to become president, and that's why he's there. And I think he has done a tremendous job in supporting a lot of the things that people of faith really care about.
Out front now, Scott Jennings, former advisor to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and Democratic strategist Maria Cardona. Maria, do you think she's right? God, this is what God wanted?
Well, if he did, it's because he wanted to punish us for taking our democracy for granted and for not ensuring that every person went out there to vote. And this is what we got. Look, I listened to the whole excerpt of the interview in terms of what's available. And one huge word jumped out at me, Aaron: hypocrisy. There was so much hypocrisy in what Sarah Sanders talked about. And the bottom line is that I can't imagine that God would put or would want somebody to be the commander-in-chief, the leader of the free world, somebody who doesn't understand the word truth, the word honesty, the word humility, the word integrity, the word honor, the word forgiveness. I mean, I could go on and on about how this president is actually the antithesis of Jesus Christ's teachings and anything that real Christians would put on the table as something and someone that they would believe in.
So, Scott, I mean, are you surprised at, I mean, obviously the interviews with the Christian Broadcasting Network, but it doesn't matter who it's with. I mean, it's a big thing to say that God, whatever God may be, he, she, it, but she refers to it as a he, wanted Donald Trump to become president. I mean, does that make you blanch at all, or are you okay with that?
Well, I find it quite likely that supporters of any politician who wins believe that it was God's plan for that politician to win. So, no, I'm not surprised to hear someone saying that. And I also think we have to remember that none of us can know God's plan, but we all try to live up to, what the Bible teaches us to do. And we're not perfect people, and we're not ever going to be perfect, and neither is Donald Trump. And he has not been a perfect person, and he's not a perfect Christian. But that does not mean that God doesn't use imperfect vessels to achieve outcomes. And in this particular presidency's case, he has achieved many outcomes.
But you're really okay with that? Are you really okay with that? I mean, I thought we live in a democracy, right? The will of the people. And now you're saying, no, it's the will of God. I don't know. There's something about it that seems quite jarring to me, frankly. Whatever you believe about God.
Well, I certainly believe in our democracy, and I believe in the will of the people. But if you think that if you don't believe in the will of God, I happen to believe in the will of God, and that his will be done on this earth, whether we like it or not. So.
And you think that God cares who's president of the United States? I'm not trying to get into some broad existential conversation, but I mean the whole thing. Look, I understand the interview was with the Christian Broadcasting Network, so that's why God came up to begin with, Maria, to be fair, right? I mean, that's why the question was asked.
Sure.
Okay, so I think that's important to note. But there were other controversial things said in this interview by Sarah Sanders, including this.
My oldest is a girl.